Welcome to the podcast Mining Matters, where you can dig a little deeper into developing your English speaking skills as a mining or minerals processing industry professional with me, Kirsten. Each month I will dive into one topical issue affecting the mining and the mineral processing industries. You can listen to a short discussion of the topic by me, and then I will explore some of the background of the vocabulary and the grammar that I chose to use. You can then develop your own discussion of the topic and use these examples to deepen your understanding and bring you closer to English fluency. Now you can choose to record yourself at home and keep the recordings as a record to observe your own improvement. Or you could join my speaking program, get some personal and private feedback from me, while joining in some lively and insightful conversations with other industry processing professionals. I promise you will see your skills transform in ways you never expected, while having fun. Now check out my website in the link for more information about the speaking program and to see if it is right for you. If it is not, I am glad you could join me anyway, and I hope you find the support and motivation you were looking for here. Now, last podcast episode, we looked at lithium. What is it? Where is it found? And how is it mined and processed? We also looked at why it is a critical mineral for supporting the transition to clean energy. Now, in case you're not aware, there has been a significantly volatile lithium pricing over the last decade. Now, most recently, there were high lithium prices in 2021 and 2022. The price surged by 140% alone in 2022. This resulted in a lot of overbuying of lithium. And in 2023, as a result of stockpiling, there was a lot of excess inventory available. This put downward pressure on the price, and it showed up as a fall in price by 50 or 60%. Now that's a pretty big swing in price in consecutive years. What affected the market so much and drove this level of volatility in pricing? Well, it wasn't just the stockpiling of product that resulted in the falling price. The demand for EV batteries has also not reached projected levels. And that was coupled with faster than expected new lithium supply coming online. With the inclusion of lithium as a critical mineral for the transition to clean energy, a renewed focus on lithium production took place, and there has been a huge interest in identification of lithium opportunities and opening new lithium mining operations. In the first podcast episode, I highlighted two different hard rock mineralogies for lithium, spodumene and lepidolite. Lepidolite is a much dirtier source of lithium than spodumene. What do I mean by dirtier? Well, it's lower grade than spodumene, so it generates more waste. In fact, lepidolite was not even considered an economic ore until the price surge in 2021. The price surge made lower grade deposits more attractive inside of China, and mining operations opened up throughout the region. This further added to the oversupply of product on the market. Higher supply, lower demand equals lower prices. As the prices have dropped, there has been more focus on operations inside China by the government. In fact, a mining.com article from March 2023 titled "China Lithium Probe Puts Spotlight on Reserves and ESG Risks" reports, and I quote, "Lithium producers in Jiangxi province were targeted for environmental infringements and unlicensed mining, according to local media, threatening around 1/10 of global output." So 1/10 of the global production in 2022 was at risk of disappearing from the market in 2023. So lepidolite is a lower grade ore. It has been responsible for environmental impacts in China, and this is generally why we refer to it as a dirtier source of lithium than spodumene. Now, with a lower output of lithium predicted by closing some of the mines inside China, we can expect the price to stabilise with demand and supply coming closer to balance. Spot lithium prices in 2023 were also impacted by the reliability of information coming from China. China accounted for a substantial share of lithium production and also processing in the global supply chain, and investors found it difficult to predict market movements due to the decline in the credibility of information coming out. Look, many factors contributed to China's lithium sector unreliability: lack of transparency of data, inconsistent reporting, and state influence. Due to this lack of transparency, market participants, especially international investors, had difficulty making informed decisions. And that led to some speculative behaviour, which will strongly contribute to price fluctuations. Now, COVID-19 and the evolving EV incentive landscape are also main contributors for economic uncertainty in the lithium market. The pandemic disrupted supply chains, caused labour shortages, and altered consumer behaviours. A number of government and regulatory incentives, including around EVs, were introduced and revised as the world sought a path to recovery. China, as both a major consumer and producer of lithium, was significantly affected by the global pandemic. Now, all of this came together and impacted the demand for lithium and subsequently its price. But this is not the first volatile price cycle that lithium has experienced in the last decade. A surge in lithium demand for use in electronics, EVs, and renewable energy storage led to a spike in the spot carbonate prices in 2017. And then a surplus of new lithium projects reached commercial production in 2017 and 18. So now we have oversupply again, and the spot prices crashed to half the original value by the end of 2018. Look, the last decade has been quite turbulent in the mining industry due to a few factors. We have the global shift in the focus of mining operations is underway. Transition to clean energy has taken the spotlight off petroleum and now focused on the renewable energies market. And as a result, critical minerals to support this transition have been identified and prioritised, including lithium. Any transition will cause turbulence in price, refocus. It'll take a while to stabilise. Now, as we open 2024, the first closure of a lithium mine in Australia was announced. Core Lithium decided to close its Grants mine in the Northern Territory of Australia. This was a result of a major downturn in battery metal prices across the board. And at least 2 further Australian lithium mines, including Mount Cattlin, mentioned in my last podcast episode, have been flagged as at risk for closure. So with the previous cyclic volatility in lithium prices over the last decade, and the first of potentially multiple lithium mine site closures in Australia, what does this spell for the commodity going forward? Can we expect further volatility? Check out my final podcast episode in the Lithium Mining Speaking program to find out.